Morning. Okay, welcome to the August 2025 zoning board of appeals meeting in Sagaponic. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Have the members of the board had an opportunity to review the July meeting minutes? Yes. What else do we agree? Anybody have any comments? I have a motion to approve it. I'll make a motion. Second,
I'll second.
all in favor? Okay, so the minutes are approved. There is no old business on our agenda today. We have three items of new business, but I'm told that the item number 3, the Schultz application number 7 of 2025, has requested an adjournment to the September meeting due to having not completed the notification to the neighbors within the 10-day limit. So,
This application number 2.
no, on here, it's Schultz, isn't it?
I have it.
Oh, it's I'm sorry, you're correct. It's, no, application number 7, it was the third new business item on the agenda, if I'm not mistaken. The Schultz application?
221 Winston Harbor Road.
I have it.
Okay, it may have been an earlier version of the minutes, the agenda. Then to be precise, it's application number 7 of 2025 pertaining to 221 Wayne Harbor Road. It's been requesting the adjournment to the September 12th. I get a motion to accept that to the second. All in favor? Okay. They do not have to re-advertise it, but it does have to be re-noticed to the, noticed to the neighbors. Okay, so the first item for discussion today is application 6 of 2025. It's MN 199 LLC relating to 199 Wayne Harbor Road. And it's a request for an area variance for the rear yard setback. This pertains to an exterior cellar entrance. It's a little bit of a peculiarity because it would.
Well, Chairman, myself, members of the board, my name is, I hope you can hear me. My name is Linda Margolin of the firm of Ackerman, Packman, Brown, Goldstein and Margolin. I represent the applicant. This variance is sought to resolve 2 issues. And both of it concerns a below grade entrance to the basement portion of the property, which you'll see on what's up on the screen to the right side of the pink house. And so it's that area right there. There were 2 problems that this application seeks to resolve. One is that there is an outdoor kitchen as part of the proposed porch or terrace, and there was not enough room to actually run the stairs to comply with code for the tread depth and riser height of the stairs without making that turn at a landing. And that put a structure outside of the building envelope for a principal structure. The architect apparently failed to notice that at the beginning. The other problem that the homeowner wants to resolve is that originally this was planned as a timber retaining wall to provide an entrance to the basement. And upon consideration, it seems wiser to construct it out of concrete. And that concrete will be attached to the house, and that makes it part of the principal dwelling. And that means that we need the setback variance for principal dwelling. Nothing has changed that will be above grade. Nothing will be visible above grade from the change that we're asking for. The railings that are shown from the original application to this board remain the same. And the best view of this would come from the property to the right-hand side, which can't be built on. So we don't think it has any adverse effect on the neighborhood. And it's partly out of necessity and partly out of desire that we seek this variance. If there are any questions, we'll be happy to answer them.
Right, so the configuration isn't changing. The sole reason that you're here is because by changing the structure from timber to concrete, it makes it a part of the principal dwelling and therefore is affected by this.
Exactly.
Anybody have any questions? Anybody here in opposition to the application? I don't think we need.
And
any
the
further-
setback 60 feet, right?
It's
If I may,
60
because of the shape of the lot, it was
non-conforming lot.
a non-conforming, so there might be a slight variance. But we conform to the variance.
And who
Your
I'm the
code
owner.
provides
Okay.
for a reduced setback because of the shape of the lot, but
Like,
Everybody was talking, I just didn't hear.
Yeah.
Just,
I'm sorry.
that's okay.
So what is the setback then?
the house hasn't changed. The wood wall, which was legal, was I think 5 feet 6 inches beyond, and we're just replacing the wood with concrete below grade in the same exact location, so I guess it's 5 feet 6 inches.
So the original staircase was northwest to south to east. And now it comes in from the northeast and goes,
Yeah, actually, the original one was just going straight, and
straight meaning from north,
It didn't have a landing with a
northwest
turn.
to southeast.
Yeah.
The
Got it.
problem with that, with the straight stair, is that as it came up, it interfered with some other.
It interfered with the structure and on the house that showed on the building permit, someone didn't compute the rise and
So that interfered with the proposed porch.
yes.
Right, any other questions? I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing. I'll make that motion, can I hear a second? Second. All in favor? All right, thank you very much.
thanks very much.
And Ms. Frisch will prepare a decision for next month's meeting.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, the other item for discussion today is the application number 8 of 2025. It relates to 35 Sag Pond Court LLC, with property at that address. And I understand it's been a modification to the request and David Martin for the applicant.
We also, excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
We have the affidavits of posting and mailing.
Walker Dennison. So this is a property at 35 Stag Pond Court. On request today, and I think the legal advertisement's a little misleading, that we're looking to increase the FAR. It's not exactly the case. We're looking to shift a small part of the FAR that's associated with the accessory structure to the principal structure, 159 square feet exactly. Our original application, we were shifting, I think, 560 square feet for accessory in the building. The important thing to remember on with the FAR is that everything that we are working with is roof structure. So any accessory structure that has a roof is included within the FAR. So it's simply just a shift of square footage. I harken back to the days of the esteemed counsel, Tony Tohill, who called it rearranging the furniture on a deck in a very similar case. If you look at the picture that we have here, can I approach?
Yeah.
So one of the areas, and it's about 100 square feet, I don't know if you can tell from the picture, but this part of the house is recessed back. And we're looking to fill that in to make the flow of the house work a little bit better. And then there's a second request, where if you could bring up the picture that we see. Keep going.
That's all I have for pictures. I have renderings.
No. Okay, I guess you can tell.
That's what happened, I'm sorry, the one that I got to earlier.
Is this what you sent me?
Yes, is this the photo? I think it's, you're able to see both portions. It's back.
As long as you're speaking, please identify yourself for the record.
Yeah, Eric Peterson, architect. It's in the Windows folder.
That's the secondary front entrance that has already been identified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the beachfront that makes the house much more valuable.
This is the image, you can see both portions.
Right, so the second equivalent of 59 square feet coming on the second floor. And again, allow for better use of the interior. So the exterior of the house will change very little. So there won't be any impact to the character of the neighborhood, and I would also note that this property is heavily screened from the street. It's at the end of a cul-de-sac, so there aren't many passers-by that would be impacted, and then challenge those who are passing by to actually be able to identify the difference between today and when it's done. Although we're not increasing the FAR, the shift from accessory structure to principal dwelling is what requires a variance, so there's no other method for us to achieve what we're looking to do here today. I would argue on the substantiality part of the New York State test that the variance is not substantial. Again, we're not increasing the FAR, so there's no percentage. We're not creating an additional bedroom, not doing anything of the sort that could increase the use of the structure. It's just the interior flow will be improved. Obviously, there can be no impact to the environment on this. And as far as a self-created hardship, it would be hard to argue that it's not. I think the other four factors of the text overwhelmingly support a grant of the application. Answer any questions that you have? We have the architect here as well.
So the original application called for the enclosure of a fairly large porch on the southeasterly side of the property. That's now withdrawn.
Correct, and then.
That was 370 feet or something like that.
282.
That was 282 was the total.
Yeah. Well, that's the 371 is the difference between our pre-existing non-conforming FAR and what they would be allowed under today's code, which is relatively small, 371 square feet. But we're not looking to change that.
But the substantial enclosure, which creates a substantial additional room, even though it doesn't change the footprint, and I take your point that moving the FAR from accessory to principal is no longer in the application, and the sole areas are that secondary front entrance and the front porch. And again, not changing the footprint and merely changing the use from accessory to principal dwelling.
Correct.
All right,
The egress window, is that a window?
I defer to the architect.
Yeah, in the base,
That's for the basement
Yeah.
window?
it's which is already finished. But because of the fact there's currently, it's probably barely legal for egress window within that covered porch area. So to convert this to conditioned space to maintain means egress at a basement, you have to have a roof front window.
So that's just gonna be a 4-foot.
I think it's very small because we have utilities and I forget exact dimensions, but it's just enough to meet egress.
And you're saying that this extension is a 4-foot deep footing around that too? That's not full depth?
It should be, the basement is a shallow basement, so it's probably only 8 feet. It'll be a full depth. I would imagine we'll take it to the footing, whether we bring gravel back up the windowsill. I'm not 100% sure about how we'll go about that, but the window well is basically in this corner, and it's just enough to meet egress in terms of, I think it's like a 9 square foot, minimum square footage has to be 9 square feet for window well. And this is the enclosed portion of that, and if originally we had enclosed the front porch, and then also on the side, we would have gone over slightly. See the side porch, you can see the rear. I don't know if you're driving this visual.
you had the full elevation earlier.
Maybe zoom out a little. Is it possible to just zoom out? Yeah, so like that one is basically going to be left as a single. it's enclosed, it's seasonal, on condition. We remove the enclosure from the front porch, so again, it's just these two locations.
Anybody have any questions? Any other questions? Anyone here in opposition to the application? If not, I'll entertain a motion to, well, by the way, this requires an ARB review as well,
Correct. And I think we're scheduled for August 22nd.
because we're not rendering a decision today. I think we're favorably inclined towards the application, but the decision will be in writing, rendered at the next meeting. I think you can schedule your ARB hearing without having the actual decision.
So we have a positive sense from the board regarding. the
We can't make a
application.
decision until they do that.
David,
process.
August 25th.
Yeah, well,
So we can't make a decision. That's-
ARB won't render a decision until we have granted the variance. Since we're not granting the variance technically until the written decision is rendered at the September meeting. In order to not retain them further, since we're inclined to grant the variance. I'm just suggesting that if they can get their ARB here without a formal decision. we won't do it.
A positive sense to the board. You heard that.
Don't jump.
Thank you.
Don't judge a book by the cover.
We're not bound by it.
Pay for that.
Okay, I think that's it for today's meeting. There are no other items on the agenda.
Are you closing the hearing?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So we'll close this hearing.
I
Second, all in favor? Aye. And that being the sum total of our busy day today, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. I'll make the motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Thank you. Okay.
Thanks, Chris.
All right.
Thank
Do
you.
we still need, you want to speak?
Oh, you're gonna render the two decisions for us for the next meeting.
Yeah.
You heard our favorable disposition.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Let's take that.
Why we're going-
So,
That is- why we're saying is that,